Hey, welcome to this week's Client Attraction Clinic. This is a place where we challenge conventional thinking to cut through the noise and have real conversations about business, money, marketing, and what it actually takes to build a business with impact. So, if you're tired of surface level advice, recycled talking points, and the same worn out scripts everybody else is repeating, then you're in the right place. My goal here is simple, it's to help you think more clearly, make better decisions, and see opportunities that other people miss so that you can begin to attract clients instead of chasing them down. So, whether you're here to grow your business, strengthen your financial future, or just start asking better questions, I'm glad you're here. With that, let's get into it for this week. Now, today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest questions every serious agent should be asking right now. How do I build a real estate business that can survive good markets and bad markets? Because let's be honest, it's easy to feel confident when the market is hot. Buyers are everywhere. Sellers are getting multiple offers. Interest rates are great. And well, every open house feels like a feeding frenzy. But let's be honest, that's not the real test of your business. The real test is what happens when the market tightens. What happens when buyers hesitate, or when rates move, or inventory gets weird, or sellers get unrealistic, and consumers start questioning everything? You see, that's when you find out whether you built a business or you built something that only works under perfect conditions. And here's the truth, you cannot control the economy, can you? You can't control interest rates. You can't control inventory. You can't control buyer confidence. You can't even control what the media says or what your competitors do or what Zillow, the portals, or lead companies decide to change. But what you do control is your plan. Now, you control who you target, who you message, who you follow up with. You control your database. You control your referral relationships. You control your value proposition, or whether you build systems or keep reacting to whatever happens next. You see, that's where the real opportunity is. Most agents are market dependent. When the market's good, they look good. When the market slows down, their business slows down right along with it. See, a strategic agent doesn't build around one condition. A strategic agent builds around human behavior, life events, and real problems that people need solved. You see, that's the difference. So today, I want to help you think differently about recession proofing your business. And I want to be very careful with that phrase because no business is truly recession proof. It's not a promise anyone should make. But you can build a business that's much less vulnerable to market shifts. Now, most agents usually ask, how do I do that? Well, it's pretty simple. By focusing on seller categories where motivation is often driven by life circumstances, not market excitement. I mean, think about it this way. When someone's getting divorced, do they wait for the perfect interest rate before selling the house? Sometimes timing matters, of course, but they need to make a decision that's being driven by that life event. When a senior can no longer maintain a home or needs to move closer to family or needs a safer living situation, is that decision based only on whether the market's perfect? Usually not. The motivation is personal, practical, and often urgent. You see, when a family inherits a property through probate, do they always want to become landlords? Usually not. Many times they want clarity, guidance, and a process to sell the home with as little stress as possible. When a military family receives orders, does the military care what the local market's like? I don't think so. That family has a transition to manage. When a corporation relocates an employee, does that relocation only happen in the perfect markets? Of course not. It happens because the company has a business need. When investors or flippers reposition assets, are they always waiting for perfect markets? Of course not. In fact, some investors make their biggest moves when the market creates opportunity. So the question becomes this: are you building your business around people who only move when the market feels easy? Or are you building your business around people who need guidance because the real life or a financial situation is forcing them to make decisions? See, that's a completely different way to think. Now, let's walk through just a few of those categories. Divorce is one of the most sensitive and important categories. It's not a group to market to carelessly. These are people that are already dealing with stress, emotions, legal issues, family changes, and financial decisions. Now, if you serve this category, you need empathy, professionalism, and most importantly, a process. You need to understand that your role is not to exploit a situation. Your role is to provide calm, clarity, and options during a difficult transitions. Seniors are another major category. Many older homeowners are sitting in homes that no longer fit their life. I mean, maybe the home is too large. Maybe the stairs are a problem. Maybe the yard's becoming too much. Or maybe they just want to move closer to kids or grandkids. Maybe a health event changed everything for them. See, if you become known as a trusted resource for seniors and their families, you can build a meaningful and valuable business. Now, probate's another area where agents can provide tremendous value, but only if they're willing to learn the process. See, families often need help understanding the steps, coordinating the vendors, cleaning out the property, evaluating repairs, and deciding to whether to sell as is or get the home ready for market. See, the agent who brings structure to that process is not just selling a house, they're solving a family problem. Now, investors and flippers are different because, well, they often think in numbers. They care about speed, return, acquisition costs, holding costs, renovation, resale strategy, rental potential, and most importantly, tax planning. See, if you want to serve investors, you need to elevate your knowledge. You just can't talk like a residential agent. You need to understand how investors think. Now, military relocation requires a resource mindset. Military families need support on both sides of the move. They need timelines, local knowledge, community resource, and help making fast decisions. See, if you're near a military community, this can become a very strong niche, but only if you're genuinely committed to serving that community. Corporate relocation is next, and it's similar. Employees moving into or out of your market need more than, well, just a home search. They need orientation, resources, school info, neighbor guidance, and a smooth process. See, if you can build relationships with companies, with HR contacts and service providers, well, you can position yourself as a relocation resource, not just another agent. Then we have REO and foreclosure. Well, it's a little bit more specialized, and it's definitely process heavy. It's paperwork heavy. It's relationship heavy, and it's not for everyone. But if you're willing to learn the platforms, the expectations, the timelines, and the standards, well, it can become another source of listing opportunities, especially in a shifting market. Now, here's the key. Don't try to become the expert in every niche at once. That's what agents do. They hear a list like this and say, great, I'll start to target divorce, probate, senior investors, military, flipper, relocation, foreclosures. No, don't do it that way. Pick one or two that fit your market, your personality, your skills, and your network. Then build the system. Now, who are these people? Where can you find them? Who already serves them? What problem are they trying to solve? What educational content would help them? What referral partners would make sense? What follow-up process would you need? What message would be respectful and clear and compelling? You see, that's the work. The mistake agents make is thinking a database solves their problem. It doesn't. A database doesn't solve the problem by itself. A list of names without a marketing plan is just it's a list of names. You need a message. You need a value proposition. You need content. You need follow-up, direct mail, email, retargeting, phone calls, videos, events, and referral relationships all working together. But most importantly, you need consistency. You see, that's what makes your business less vulnerable. If you're only waiting for obvious sellers to raise their hands, you're just competing with everybody. But if you build relationships and marketing around people before they're ready to raise their hands, you start creating your own opportunities. You see, that's how you move from reacting to controlling. So, here's your action step for this week. Pick 3 seller categories that exist in your market. Then ask yourself which one you could realistically commit to for the next 90 days. Not forever, just 90 days. Write down who they are, what problem they're facing, what message would matter to them, what referral partners already serve them, and what first campaign you could launch. Because the market is going to keep changing. The question is whether your business can handle it. Now, before I let you go, here's the question I want you to sit with. Is your business actually running, or are you running around trying to hold the whole thing together? Because if every lead, every follow-up, every post, every video, every review request, every database touch, and every appointment depends on you remembering to do it, Well, that's not a business. That's a job with your name on the door. And that's exactly why I've written another book that listeners can download for free. The title of the book is Your Real Estate Business Doesn't Need More Tools, It Needs a Boss. Download it and you'll see how experienced agents can build a daily operating system around seller leads, content, follow-up appointments, reviews, referrals, and closings. Now, you can grab it now at www.theAIBossBlueprint. That's at www.theAIBossBlueprint.com. After you download it, you can schedule a private business review right from the homepage. So go build your machine, and we'll talk to you next week.